Every day we get emails advertising keto pills that offer great weight loss results with very little effort. Is there such a thing? That is our topic today. And we are going to use, before we get into that discussion, we're going to talk about Keith, who lost his weight the boring, old-fashioned way, diet.
A lot of hard work.
Yeah. So if you're new to our channel, Keith lost 80 pounds following a very low-carb ketogenic diet. He is now on to phase 2, going down to a new lower level, and we are giving progress reports each week.
So after maintaining for a year and 2 or 3 months, I'm going to start losing again. So we're at week 8. Every 4 weeks, I do my body fat and that composition too. It's not a DEXA scan, obviously, but it is relative to itself, fairly accurate. So today I'm at 169.0. It's exactly the same as I was last week. So I had a flat week this week, no change. And if you've been following along, you know that we had a cheat day a couple weeks ago on Thanksgiving.
Which was Thanksgiving for us.
3 weeks, yeah, I don't know what it was. But that has really set me back. I have not yet got back to the point that I was the day before we had that cheat day. Mm-hmm. And that's a little disconcerting. Mm-hmm. So my body fat percentage was 14.2% today, which is actually up 0.2% from what it was before. It was 14. My fat mass went up 0.1 pound, and my lean mass actually went down 1.5 pounds. And that is a little disconcerting. Mm-hmm. So now, and obviously we don't know that that doesn't necessarily mean it's muscle. It could be water. It could be a lot of different things. But I have been utilizing extended fasts, the past few weeks, and kind of experimenting with that. Mm-hmm. So we might have to rethink that a little bit, or rethink the timing of that, and maybe having that extended fast right prior to doing a body fat analysis is skewing that. We'll have to do it. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, and that is why we're going through this on camera, figure it out, and hopefully help you guys figure it out too. When you lost your initial 80 pounds, you did not do extended fasts.
No, I did. I did intermittent fasting.
Yeah, mostly 16/8.
Just pretty consistent and tracked everything.
And during that time, you rarely had a loss of lean mass. In fact, the entire time, I think your lean mass stayed pretty.
It stayed similar. Pretty consistent. Or I mean, I would lose a little bit, but I would lose. if I lost
relative
3 pounds, 80% of that would be fat and 1%, which would be normal. Yeah. That would be good. So that's where we're at with that.
All right. So, this is, there's a lot of work and effort going into this, for sure. So it would be wonderful if you could get a magic pill to help out with.
That would be wonderful.
So what we did this past week is we spent the week gathering up all of the emails that come into our inbox that have keto in the...
They usually go into our junk mail.
They usually do, but we fished them out and got them. And they're usually advertising pretty incredible results. This one, for instance, lose 50 pounds in 61 days. I thought that was like the biggest one, but you actually beat that one.
I can beat that. I got this one. The subject line says, last day, lose 97 pounds in just 1 week.
That's a lot.
That is
97 pounds. That would be.
You'd be like 15 pounds.
I would. I'd weigh less than Maddie.
You would, yeah.
Then actually here one other. I thought this was kind of interesting. So this was from this. It was the exact same ad. It came on December 1st. Lose 30 pounds in just 3 weeks. Then actually 2 days later, on the 3rd, lose 50 pounds in just 3 weeks.
Got even better.
Yeah, but unfortunately 4 hours later, another email came that you could only lose 30.
Well, I'd like to bring this one up because this says it was voted the #1 fat-burning product in the USA, and I did not get to vote. So I feel a little bit dished on that.
Well, all right. So obviously we're...
I should also throw in that on the good note, I did get an email from a Nigerian prince. And we are going to be millionaires.
Fantastic.
So we might not be here next week. Who knows?
Honestly, we're poking fun at the advertising, not at people that might have ordered these pills. And I have to say, we are not above that. If you watch our story video, we'll link to that. I came clean about ordering diet pills in the past.
Yeah, and it's hard not to fall for that. I mean, it's because it's hard work.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you believe, you know, the claims, it sounds great. But, you know, there's just no...
Here's the thing about ketosis, a ketogenic diet, even a low-carb diet. What you are doing is you are changing your metabolism. When you go on a low-carb or a ketogenic diet, you are becoming a better fat burner. But in order to do that, your cells have to create the enzymes, your mitochondria, maybe I should say a little bit, that will allow for more fat burning.
Right.
And that is a process that takes time. That does not happen overnight.
Right, and that's why it takes several days and sometimes even more than that. You've heard the keto flu, where it's like just a transition of getting your machinery from one fuel to the next.
Right, right. And so there are really truly no keto pills that will do that. And we should probably mention exogenous ketones, because someone will probably be curious about those.
Right, and there are, you can buy those. There are a couple of, I think Prove It and Keto OS have exogenous ketone formulations that you can take. So you're actually taking ketones, you're putting ketones in your body, and you will have ketones in your blood. But your body is not in a state of ketosis. It's not producing ketones.
Right.
So we have not figured out, we've thought about trying to test some of that. We just don't know the parameters that we could do that, because it will show ketones.
Right.
But I think it would have to be like over long term or something. And originally those were designed for military use and Department of Defense use to because it helps with cognitive factors. If that's what you're taking for, then great. You know?
Yeah, but if you're taking them in hopes that you're going to speed up your weight loss, I don't think that you're going to get those effects, because you're taking the ketones in. So yes, your blood's going to register ketones, but those ketones are not there because fat broke down.
Right.
When somebody goes through the effort to change their diet and cuts out carbohydrates, then their body will take fat, break it down, and produce ketones.
Right. Yep. Yeah. It's just, well, we don't know how they would work and how we would test them, and we don't think that they are an answer to a fat loss program.
Right. Right. Now we can end on this maybe. That doesn't mean that there aren't supplements that can help you along your journey. And one I would like to bring up is L-carnitine. And I think we've talked about this in a different, I'm pretty sure we did
Maybe
a different
several times, yeah.
Yeah. But it is a component that helps free fatty acids get into the mitochondria, which are the powerhouses that will burn that for energy.
Right. It's kind of a transport that takes it across the membrane of the mitochondria into the cycles where it can be burned and utilized for energy. So you have to have that in order to have fat burning going on.
So there are some supplements that can help you along your journey, but I highly doubt there's one that will, what was it?
97 pounds in 1 week.
Yeah, don't get that one.
Don't get that one.
All right. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe. We'll be back soon.
We'll see you in 1 week.